Well, all around Northeast Kansas, there are hidden gems, places you didn't know you wanted to go. Tonight, we take a closer look at a growing antique scene, a veritable picker's paradise in the bustling metropolis of Paxico. Well, this week we're in Paxico, home of an up-and-coming antique district, as well as some other shops, museums, art studios, things like that. But with the holiday shopping season almost here, you may be wondering what to get for that special someone who has everything and you never know what to find. Maybe what you need to find is a different place to shop. That's why we've come here to Paxico to take a look around the antique district. We'll start out with Main Street Antiques. Walking through the antique shops in Paxico, you get a distinct flavor and feel for what each store brings to the table. There's so much to see and to find within this small town. I talked to Larry Winkler of Main Street Antiques about what has made Paxico really stand out in the antiquing world.
Well, I think a lot of it is because it's a small town, and we get a lot of people here from larger cities like Kansas City or every place all over the country. And it's just a small town atmosphere. I mean, really small town. That's what we are. That people really enjoy, and just to see the old buildings kind of preserved the way they were back in those days. And then the other thing is just the number of antique shops in a small area, so that people can wander from store to store easily within walking distance.
Well, I made my way around the block and down the street to meet with Steve Hund, the owner of Mill Creek Antiques, to find out how this longtime Paxico resident looks at how a decaying period of time for the town actually set it up for some future growth.
It provided an opportunity for a lot of buildings that were available, and it pretty much retained its original characteristic, which was kind of an old west town setting with the building fronts with the false fronts and ornamental tin fronts on most of them, and this general store, which had been here since 1886.
And there's more than just antiques in Paxico. More recently, art studios have been opening up, and even a toy museum with some military artifacts as well, housed in a new museum right there in the historic district of Paxico. A nice find in small town Wabaunsee County.
It worried me that something was going to happen to the dog, and being an animal lover, I couldn't just leave her there and not knowing.
Topeka's Sarah Sachs Jepson found this beagle one rainy night in late March along Auburn Road.
I picked her up and brought her into the car with me. She just sat on my lap like she is now, and I drove her home, and we got out, and as I brought her in the house, we gave her a bath, and I could tell that this was more than just a bite wound. It looked like a bullet wound.
Calling on her experience as a nurse practitioner, Sachs Jepson continued her exam.
She had a open fracture and some fragmented teeth on the opposite side of her mouth, back here in her jaw.
She contacted people she knew with the group Saving Death Row Dogs, who helped get the dog treatment at K-State. Technically in foster care now, Sachs Jepson says Lucky will have a permanent home with them.
Yeah, she's just been a great dog, and she's just the sweetest thing. The girls love her.
The girls are 3-year-old twins, Avery and Greer.
She has a muzzle on her.
I see that, yeah.
Why does she have a muzzle?
Because her owie has to heal.
More treatment is ahead, and Sachs Jepson says she can't help wonder about all Lucky has been through.
She doesn't seem like she's scared of anybody, so, it makes me wonder what really happened to her. Was this just an accident, or did somebody intentionally do this? We don't know. I mean, only she knows, and she can't tell us that. But we're happy with where she's at now.
Ben Bauman, Kansas First News.
It was a day of remembrance for the Topeka Fire Department today. Kansas First News photojournalist Nate Nottage-Tacey brings us the sights and sounds of today's ceremony.
Assistant Fire Chief Benjamin McCarter. Lieutenant William Frazier.
We never are immune to the dangers of our job, but I think sometimes you can put them in the back of your mind.
Leslie E. Newman.
it's like a warm feeling for us because we know that they'll never forget. We can come by and see it because everybody goes about their business. They go about their normal lives, and it's just nice that they can swing by here, see their names, and remember that they did something special for the city.
One of those names up there was a very good friend of mine, Captain Tony Cox, who we lost a little over 5 years ago. Tony was one of the guys that kind of took me under his wing when I first joined the department, and been friends for a long time, and so it holds a special place in my heart to be up here today.
Today marked the opening of the Firefighters Memorial at the Fire Academy on Jefferson. The department plans to hold a ceremony every year.
Well, it is almost kickoff at our high school football game of the week between Seaman and Topeka High, and that is where we've sent Kevin Boughton to give us a look at some of the sights, sounds, and emotions at tonight's game. Hey, Kevin.
Hey there, Kelly. That's right. We're about half an hour from kickoff of the big homecoming game at Seaman High School between the Vikings and the Trojans from T High, and of course some of the sounds you mentioned at homecoming game, part of the marching band. Now here to help me give you a taste of homecoming here at Seaman High School is Mason, Colton, and Matt, and they've been teaching me a little, giving me a little music lesson on the drums here. We're gonna test it out for you. Thank you, Colton. All right, guys, are you ready? 1, 2, 3. I got was a piano lesson from my grandmother when I was 8. But guys, you're the pros, take it away. Kelly, we're here live all night, and Alex is going to have a preview of the game on Up Next in Sports. So live at Seaman High School, Kevin Boughton, Kansas First News.
Kevin, I am impressed, but you are the weak link.